Hello everyone and welcome back for another Let's Play episode. Today we are looking at Stargate Network that I only sort of discovered over the weekend. We're going to get into it pretty much straight away. Before we go though, the sound might go a bit funny here at the beginning. It's just because I'm having to obviously drop copyrighted material from the Stargate soundtrack. But before we go anywhere, let's just hop into the settings. You can see we're playing on an ultra-wide screen, it's on full screen, and we have everything set on Epic. I wasn't sure what the difference was between Epic and Cinematic. There's only one thing technically, I suppose, that could be it, but I couldn't see it there at the time. This is just sort of more like a technical demo for a game that is hoped to be developed at a later stage. But we'll get straight into it because... well, you'll see in a moment once we land. And here we are in the SGC. This is, as I said, it's more of a technical demo. There's a hope to create a fuller game with multiple worlds to explore. But we're going to take a look around 4 worlds that I've discovered so far. There may be more. But yeah, the level of detail in this is absolutely incredible. Let's have a quick run up to the gate. And I say run, it's kind of like a walking simulator because it's incredibly slow, the travel. But yeah, you can see all around the gate there, the back of it. And the reason I say sort of discovered this is because I was looking for a long play of an old game that I wanted to watch, and I saw this on the long play channel. And I was like, wow, how have I missed that? And then when I played it, I came over here and I remember a previous version of being able to close the iris here. It's not available in this version currently because it's obviously it's a technical demo. It's I think it's an alpha release is what they've put it down as. But yeah, it is gonna. I hope that they can add a lot more to it, and it's going to be a brilliant, fun game to explore for all the Stargate fans. I'm not surprised actually, to be honest, that this actually popped up because we've actually started a marathon of Stargate at the moment, and we're just part way back through season 2. But we're going to get through all of the SG1, the Atlantis, and Stargate Universe as well. The only one I haven't actually watched all the way through is that animated series they did. I mean, that was just dreadful. But anyway, let's get exploring the base here. There's no access to the the bit where they lower the Stargate down through this hole in the top. We can't open that just yet. But you can see inside the control room there. Let's just go through here. There is buttons all over the place, and they set the alarms off. Before we go to the control room though, let's just quickly walk down here. See that you can't access any of these doors here, and this is the dead end, just so that we're going to explore the whole facility and the other worlds, the worlds that I know of anyway. And I just want to quickly show down there because that's a dead end, we can't go any further there. So let's go back through here and into the main bit, the control room. So in here you see the absolutely insane level of detail that these folks have gone to. See all the control panels here. You can work out all of the see all the little labels on there. I'm sure in later updates, because when I was looking at this the other day, you can see there it's a little bit pixelated on the bits at the top there, and I'm sure those will catch up eventually. But look, you can make out every single button and control on there. If we could crouch, we would have a closer look at these ones down here. But part of the problem with this is, obviously with being a tech demo, is this here is as fast as we can go. And you're going to see when we travel to another world, it would be useful if we could run. But anyway, getting through it here, on the desk here there's a key card, and we're just going to take that because that'll be useful later on. And there are a few things that you can do here on this little front bit here. There is of course like the various alarm buttons everywhere. You can open and close the blast doors from here. Just open that again. Oh, maybe I didn't click it. There we go. And also there's a separate button for the one on the other side. We can also put a little bit of light on here, and same again, lots of alarm buttons, and you can bring down the big blast doors as well. See that drops down in there. That also closes a gate on the observation. I can get me words out, on the observation lounge up at the top there. But let's just open up the blast curtain again there. You can interact with the computers here as well. You can tap on the keyboard to enter symbols, or you can bring up the keyboard from the bottom. When we actually enter our first address, we will have to do a mixture of keyboard and bringing this up, because these two buttons here, which are on the square brackets, we need this symbol, but it doesn't actually respond to the keyboard inputs. But I'm sure that'll be fixed in a later update. So anyway, that's the control room. That's actually a live feed as well from the gate. The gate symbols actually stop where they're supposed to as well when you're dialing, which I was quite impressed by. And you can see it on there like a live feed, but when we get to it, we'll actually go down into the gate room and watch it. But anyway, moving on a little bit further from here. If we go around here, we'll start from this side. We've got a computer terminal. It looks absolutely beautiful in this engine. It's one of the Unreal engines. I forget which number it is now. Let's take a little look at here. That is our address for Abydos, where we're going to be going next. So again, look at the detail on these panels. There's not much interactivity on everything just yet. I can't remember if you could turn off the star map or something like that. No, I could be getting confused with another version, maybe. Oh, no, it wasn't. There we go. So you can flick that on and off there. And you can see it even flicks the little the glow of it on here as well, which is really good. Now, which bit should we go up? Yep, there is another bit of interactivity. The coffee machine. So we can pour that out there. You can hear it boiling. At least I hope you can hear it boiling. I've had massive problems getting this to record today. I've actually had to set up an entirely new scene in OBS just to get it to record, even though it's identical to the normal ultra-wide capture that I do. So let's pour that out. And have a drink.
Wow, this coffee's great.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, is that cinnamon? It's chicory.
And I think it was that from the Ergo episode. That was one of the brilliant episodes, that one there. But anyway, here we are. We've gone upstairs. We are in the meeting room with the observation platform. I love this table. I'm not quite sure it's as red in the series. At least where we're up to, we're re-watching it. It's not that red, but it is a brilliant table. I would love to have this at home. There's not too much to interact with up here. You've got the SGC logo there. Just see all the different lights reflecting off it there. Let's have a look over here. Just the lamps that you can turn on and off here. Can't interact with the computers. Over here there is a smaller blast curtain, which is a second screen. If we had the other one still extended, that's a few feet further out. Let's just pop that open again there. And I'm not seeing a reflection. There was a reflection of us in another recording that I was sort of like mapping out yesterday. I'll put a screenshot of it up here, and the character is kind of like one of those cool warriors, but sort of like a white version. That was one of the Anubis cool warriors. It looks like that, or maybe it's your armor from Dead Space, perhaps. Anyway, let's move on to the next sections. There is same again. Alarms dotted everywhere. We can't get into the General's office at the moment, but we can have a little look. A bit too high if we jump in there. So you can see the General's office there, just a little bit in there. These doors are locked. You can't go any higher up here. This is as far as it goes. You're then blocked. So let's head back downstairs and we're going to start exploring the base. Now we picked up that ID card as well. Right, we'll come back to that door in a moment. Let's just start from here. So we've got my control room, and we'll follow out here. These doors are all locked at the moment. There is, it might not be on this bit of corridor. Oh, here's the bit I'm thinking of. We can close other blast doors, so we can close that behind the control room, and that of course is the back door into the control room. And coming down, it does just look perfect, doesn't it, for the comparison between the actual show. But, most of these doors, I say, are locked because it is just a technical demo, just to show off the work in progress and the sort of thing that you could be doing when these guys complete the project. There we go, that's another blast door shut. So we can come down here. Let's open up that. We're not going to go through this one just yet, but we'll come back to it in a moment. So let's open up this one. And actually, just before we go even further, we'll just show this door is locked. We can't get through there just yet. So let's walk through here. And here we have one of like the interrogation rooms, observation room areas. Let's open that door. This bit here just leads back to that corridor where we came through, but we'll go back up there in a moment. Go up the steps. And here we are in the little observation room, so you can stand up here. Alright, let's close that up. And let's see, this door is locked as well. We have an empty space here. I'm not sure if in the how close it is, but wasn't through this door and down here. Was that where the electrical room is? You know, like where Jack hooks up his when he has the Ancient's Knowledge downloaded, and he connects that device so he can go and visit the Asgard to get himself fixed. I almost felt that was down this way. I could be wrong. But anyway, let's keep on going through here. So we have one of the, you know, the rounded corridors. We'll go up there in a second. But there you see, that's the corridor where we just came out. And behind here is another locked door. So let's go up here. And here we have the lifts. And neither of these work. It would be nice to get to the entrance of the mountain. That's what I would hope that they would add at some point in the future of their work. So one thing I've noticed as well, a lot of repeats here. There was loads of emergency iris override buttons everywhere. I'm sure they'll add better textures or more diverse textures rather to all the items dotted around. And this brings us back round to the control room, and that is pretty much it for Earth. So next we're going to go to another planet. We're going to fire out the gate and travel somewhere else. Actually, before we go anywhere, I'll drop the blast curtain and I'll just show you what that looks like from out here. So there you go, you can see that other one that came down on that other side there. Yeah, let's head back up to the control room, and we are going to dial Abydos and go for a little explore there. Let's open up that. Hopefully the recording is not going to crash. There might be a jump in a moment because I'm going to have to bring up my gate addresses on screen. What I'll do as well is whilst I'm working this and trying to get the mouse off the screen, I will pop up on your screen. You can see the addresses that we are going to be going to. Hopefully that's still recording. Okay, minor technical issue there with the audio, but there's something going really weird with my recording software today. I don't know if it's just the way it's interacting with this game or this demo, but never mind. I've got it hopefully back there now. There's audio from the base. So anyway, I put on screen here, these are the 4 addresses that we're going to explore today. I put together this little screenshot here. You can download this, it's at least 3,000 pixels wide. I'll pop that on my website. You can just view that. I'll pop a link in the description and you'll be able to download this yourself if you want these. If you want a copy of these GIFs that we need to pop in. But anyway, let's hop into the computer here. We're going to delete them and we're going to Abydos. Now these are slightly different to the previous version, just for the letters on the keyboard. So we'll go B-U-D, full stop, and this is where we need to bring up the keyboard because it doesn't accept the square bracket. So let's drop that back down, and we want M and Q. Hit enter. Right, now let's hop down to the gate room. First of all, you can see there the live feed. Actually, we'll watch the first one from here. So that is the sort of like the long symbol that we saw before. But now let's hop down to the Stargate. It is possible to technically die if you get caught in the you know, the kawoosh that comes out, or if you try to enter the Stargate from the rear. I also found that if you walk through a Stargate backwards, you die as well. So that's like probably a bug that probably needs to be fixed maybe. So I've seen that sort of thing with a few different games, where if you walk backwards through a point where it should have, you know, it should have been something happened to trigger, it doesn't trigger and you just end up getting stuck. But anyway, looking at the Stargate here, it's an amazing level of detail on here, and you can see there's the Earth symbol there going past. You see the steam as well given off from I assume it's steam anyway, because there is steam pipes in the SGC, because they've commented on some of the episodes about steam pipes blowing. I thought that it was in a previous version where you had the tissue box was on the like from the first episode was on there. How far are we on? Oh, we're almost at the end, so let's watch this here. Where's the symbol? There it is, it's coming up. There we go, that looks awesome, that there. I know there's a little bit of a pause when it changes its animation from one direction to the other, but I'm sure that'll be ironed out in a later update. So let's step through the gate. And this was the Atlantis Stargate travel, wasn't it? Where you had the tube. And here we are. It even just looks perfect when it turns off. One thing I will say, when we actually get back, this Stargate doesn't rotate on this side because obviously we have a DHD. Let's see, there's nothing through here at the back. So we get look at the detail on here on the fire and the atmospheric sort of effect from it, and also of course the lighting that it gives off as well. There's not much in this room. You've got the DHD, where if I press the right button, you know, you can jot down whatever you want and then have it fail. This one, as I said, doesn't rotate, but as you press them, the chevrons light up. But it'll be a little while before we come back through the gate, because we're going to have a little bit of an explore here in our walking simulator. So let's pass through here and up the ramp. This is just like in the actual pyramid, isn't it? The ceiling structure in here. So I've seen many documentaries of it. But here we are, we're almost at the surface there, and you can see that the lighting effects in here are just amazing, aren't they? Let's have a little walk through, and you can see there, just like in the movie, we pass outside, you can see the two spires, and there we go. If we keep on backing up, you can see the pyramid coming into the background there. I mean, this is just to be honest, this is just a perfect representation, isn't it, of Abydos, and it is quite a large arena to travel through as well. We're going to back up quite a bit, so we're going to go up here. I'm probably going to speed up a good chunk of this because it's, as I said, the walking simulator aspect of this is incredibly slow. So let's just hop up here. So let's see, we're already at the 20-minute mark with the recording on my other screen. I don't know what I'll have cut this to by now. But there we go, you can see two of the moons coming up in the background there. As we're moving higher, there will be a third one. Yep, there it is, just peeking up if I just strafe across a little bit. Right, you know what, let's grab a screenshot of that. That's my new Windows desktop, I think, for a little while. So let's keep on walking up. Originally when I first landed here, I was hoping to be able to find somewhere that had the address for Earth to get back, but I ended up having to go online to have a look for it. Because I was hoping to find, like, you know, like in the movie, the cave with the writings in, and it would have the information. Let's see if we get a little bit higher here. Anyway, as I was saying there, the cave of with the address in for the symbols to get back. I was hoping that there would be something like that here. And there may be, I mean, we have an absolute massive arena to possibly explore. I've explored this way up to the boundary limit, but I don't know if there's anything else. I don't know if this is just desert. It might just be that. I don't think there's that much here, because if I'm not recording, the frame rates are over 100. But obviously because I'm recording, it's eating up some of those processing time. But let's go back a little bit further and we'll get to that ridge up there. Okay, so we're just about at the top of this ridge here. We can see the pyramid in the distance there. But looking around here, it's just a vast desert. There's nothing that I could really see that might be something else to look at. We can travel. I'm trying to think, where did I get as far? I'm not sure if I got to this point here on this hill perhaps before it stopped me, but it is quite a massive area because it took quite a long time to walk there. I don't think we will actually walk there all the way today, just because it does take an incredibly long period of time. We'll maybe just come back in another video and just solely walk around the desert. Be a little bit of a weird video, but nevertheless we'll maybe just give that a go. But you can see in there, you see the detail that this engine provides, and that they've input into it. You can see the heat haze on the sand there, and different levels of it depending on the distance as well. But yeah, it is an awesome looking place. I don't know if there is anything that we can visit here other than the desert. But I think for the nature of this little let's play, we're going to head back because it's taken 6 minutes just to get to where I'm standing. And when I did it last time to see where I could get to the boundary limit, I just stuck scissors on the W key so that it would just keep walking there, and I came back a little bit later. I don't know if that was something there. I don't know if anyone's seeing that on the right side of the screen. There's like a black mark. And then as I rotate, I don't know if that's maybe just a shadow. Things get a little bit weird on an ultra wide sometimes in games. I think it's just because of the size of it, and it's not the regular, widescreen aspect ratio. So things get a little bit distorted at the side. It actually took me quite a little bit to get these settings correct. Just because it was being really temperamental when I was setting up the options. It multiple times it just kept on changing the resolution and not accepting the windowed setting versus the full screen. It was a right pain. Eventually it gave up and it let me set the options, and then I had the field of vision, which was completely screwed up. But I'm hoping that whatever I've set it to here is quite a nice balance. So let's slowly hike over here, and we'll see if we can figure out what that weird thing was. If it was just a shadow or a glitch in the texture, or just an issue with the ultra wide field of vision. There is definitely something there, isn't there? I wonder if there is something off in this direction then, because I went that way. I wonder if there's something over this way. I'm not sure what that is. That's supposed to be. Maybe it was a tree. It doesn't look like, unless it's going to render in more detail when we get closer, it might be one of those like cow, horse, animal things. Let's keep going and see what we can see when we get there. In the Abydos walking simulator. Yep, and we have two little bushes. Yep, we can walk through them. There's no stopping. Right, let's go up to this ridge here and see if we can see anything in the distance beyond there, because maybe the game makers have put that in to give us like an arrow to travel in this direction, and maybe there is something else on this world. So we're going to sort of move away from the sort of like the little demo walkthrough that we were doing, and now we're actually going to do some real exploring for a few minutes. So one thing as well, I don't know if you can see that there on the recording, but there's these little bits of dust as the wind is blowing sand around. I hope that comes through on the recording there. I'm not sure, because I say the recording is going really weird. I'm just actually glancing at my other screen there, noticing that it is recording in 30 frames a second instead of what it should have been as 60. So I'm not going to restart the whole recording because it was that temperamental. We'll live with 30 frames a second for today, and maybe I'll do a little like 5-minute walk around at 60 frames a second so we can see it like that. We're having a little bit of difficulty getting up this ridge here. It's a bit too steep, so if we just keep on side strafing along, we should be able to get past the difficult bit. Here we go. Right, so is there anything? We're looking for a mining camp where they're mining Naquadah. Nope. Can't see anything standing out. it's such a big area. There could be anything, anywhere, really. Yeah, I think for today we'll call that on this bit here. We're going to head back to the pyramid, head back to the Stargate, and I will come back here when I'm not recording, and we will see what we can find. I'll walk around the entire arena on foot. It'll probably take a couple of hours, and I'll not do a recording for that because it will just be a guy walking in the desert for a couple of hours. Although it might make a really sort of strange art piece, maybe. So maybe we will record it. Yeah, actually, yeah, that could be like a weird sort of art piece, couldn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll record it and put like 3 hours of walking in the desert, just for the laugh of it. Anyway, let's head back over to this pyramid here. I'll make it quick for yous, but considering now that we're over half an hour of recording because it is so slow to walk, they definitely need to have a run mode in here. I think that should really be a first priority for the next update. It has to be the ability to walk faster, because this is it's just crazy. This the sheer length of time that it's taken here, and I don't know what I'm going to cut this video to. I know it's going to be a longish video because we're going to 4 different worlds, this being World 2, of course, Earth being the first one. So I don't know what we're going to cut it to, but it's going to be long, I think. But it would be even longer. As I said, now we're up to well over 30 minutes of recording time. We're getting closer now to the pyramid. Slowly up here. I love the way you get the different lighting effects from the shadows on the sand. It really is a beautiful creation that they have here. We're not going to go around the back of the pyramid because it is basically just the same thing. We'd just be looking at the different shadow textures. That would be the only reason that we would walk around there at the moment. But if I do my like 5-hour walking trip around here, then we'll be able to see it in more detail everywhere. So let's get to the bottom of the ramp. You see there as well, as you move up as well, the lighting from the sun. And if actually we go behind here, you can see ourselves getting caught in the shadow even of this. It's really brilliant work here that they have. But let's hop up here, back into the darkness. Walk up here. I always like, whenever I watch the film, I always see these and I think, oh, that would make, surely you'd be able to climb up all of those to get up there. But let's go in, and now we're in the pitch black, and the sound changes. But yeah, it's all lit as well from these windows with a light coming through. So it gets darker as we go away, and then having a look at the fire in close as well. Yeah, it does just look like real fire almost there, doesn't it? Anyway, let's hop back down here. And the next one on our list, we are going to the Snow Planet. I don't know the name of some of these other ones, but now let's get the awkward process of dialing the gate. So let's see, I think it's that one. I'll try and do this slow so you guys can see them, assuming I get it right. Then we want the square one. And then that one. I think that one. Some arrowhead one. And yeah, the sort of like leg one. And then the point of origin, and that was wrong. Seems to be quite a delay there on it acknowledging that it was wrong address. So right, let's try that one again. See, my notes are really small to read. Right, hopefully the audio is still recording. Right, so let's try that again now that I have zoomed in a little bit on my notes on the other screen. So yeah, it is this one here, the little 2 triangles first, then that one, then the backward C, then the arrowhead, then the one that looks like a leg, then the point of origin, and And there we go. Right, let's go for here before it changes its mind. Actually, can I get behind? I'll show you. See, from the back here, you can actually see through the gate. And if you step through that, you die. But when you look at it from the front, you can't see through it. But we're going to have to get through here quickly before it changes its mind. And here we are on a snow world. And this is another one that looks absolutely beautiful. Trying to find... Yeah, so the sun is in this direction. And you can see once again, we're getting caught in the shadow. There is all of the snow effects in the air. This is a really, really small arena though. So again, I don't think there's anything else here other than the small arena to have a little walk around. See, if I walk through here in a brief moment, we should hit the outer wall. Let's see. Yep, there we go. There's the outer wall there. And oh, the game has glitched. We can see the Stargate now. All the trees have disappeared and everything else. Right. Well, this didn't happen when I was playing yesterday. But right, that is a technical glitch. I may pop that in a second video and send it to them separately. But yeah, you can see as we move back to the gate, the world is drawn in. Let's see if we back up again. Yep. Yeah, there's a little glitch there. Well, more than a little glitch. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it could be my recording software is upsetting the computer because it's not liking recording this game. I can tell you that much. So anyway, let's walk back through here a little bit. That's as far as that arena is. Just maybe it's like 100 meters squared or 200 meters squared, or diameter rather. I suppose it'll be a circle, won't it? And now let's see if I can find the gate. It's only a small area. We'll be able to find the gate, I'm sure, fairly quickly. He says. Even sounds cold and windy. The perfect amount of mist or haze in the air. Still not seeing the start. Right, we're at the boundary wall again. Right, we've probably passed the entire arena. I'm just noticing there, you can see like how we can see the sand on the other planet. There is like a thin layer of wisping sort of snow along the bottom here of what it looks like. I'm not sure if I can capture it. But right, where is the Stargate? Right, here's some big rocks. Oh, I thought there was writings on that there for a minute, but it's just part of the texture. Right, we've completely lost the Stargate in a tiny arena. We can't find it. We might have to go up the boundary wall so that everything disappears so that we can see the Stargate in the distance. And we must be getting close to the edge because things are starting to pop out. Right, let's face this way. And that looks like the gate there. So if we keep walking perfectly in this direction, as long as the gate doesn't disappear, we should be alright. So let's keep in a straightest line as we can. I don't know if these actually are things that will stop us moving. Yes they are, but we can move around them pretty easily. Right, there's the gate. We're almost there. And that was that big rock, so I don't know how we missed the Stargate when we were so close to it. But even the DHD is covered in snow, which is awesome. What we're going to do here is I'm going to attempt to get into the big cruise as it comes out. So the next planet we are going to go to, this one's a little bit easier to see, at least. So let's see what's in my notes. Is it that one? And then we have this one. I'm gonna say that one. I might have offset these by one because I'm looking at a really, really tiny view portal on another screen. So let's pop that one there. I want to say that one. And the point of origin. Yep, definitely the right one. And you see you die as well there if you step into that. So let's hop through here to our final world. Here we go. A little bit more of a greener world, but it has this, a puddle jumper. So let's have a little look around here first of all before we hop into the puddle jumper, because you're actually able to a certain extent fly it. So let's have a little look around it first of all. I did try to see if you could get this through the gate, but I couldn't get it low enough at the moment. You can just see inside the cockpit there. But anyway, let's hop in. You can cheat. Well, all the various controls are along the outside there. Let's switch camera to the interior. It's just nothing much in the background there at the moment, and you can just see out there. It almost looks like there's a road over there, doesn't it? Let's hop back out here. We can use the mouse wheel to zoom out a little bit, and there's a little marker there so you can get back to the Stargate. Now, what was it for take off? Control. Oh, that's land, sorry, shift. So let's hover up and move forward. So we can move around it. Just looks like the end of a pencil, doesn't it? We can turn, re-angle ourselves. It's a little bit awkward to fly. It has a couple of different fly modes. Q and E don't really affect flight that much. There is an upper ceiling though. Let's go straight up for a moment. Yeah, there it is. We've hit the roof, so there is a bounding box on there. Might have been fun if we could have actually taken it into orbit, but maybe in the future we'll have like space gates like in Atlantis, because that would be fun there to hop through with a puddle jumper and fly around. There is a couple of different modes to this craft as well. Let's see, is it X that gives them out? Nope. Oh, that was for toggling engines. Let's just zoom in a bit there, because it is a really smooth and fluid motion. That it looks awesome. Let's go straight from the back first of all, and have a look from the side. There we go. There isn't any weapons that I've discovered that you can fire or anything like that, but it does look awesome, and it does actually give you a speed boost. So if we were going forward, you see our forward velocity is almost at 70, and then we extend them, and we can go a lot faster. And if we fly around this arena, there is, to my knowledge, there is nothing else to see in this area. Oh, we're hitting the ceiling. Let's go down a little bit. As far as I'm aware, there isn't anything else to do here other than just fly around. I think that's what the purpose is of this particular arena. Oh, and there we go, we've hit the side wall. So how far is that roughly from the Stargate? Let's turn away a bit. So the Stargate is down there. So let's just hold space and see how long it takes. The back of the craft there is glitching a little bit. Glitching a lot. And there you see, so it's quite a large arena that you get to play with, to fly around. Now there is I'm not entirely certain what the, looking at the controls there, X, I have no idea what that does, or if it's something that the members haven't configured yet. Oh, and we've hit the other side of the arena. Yeah, I don't know what X does. Out will be for getting out of the out of here. Let's see if we can land next to the Stargate. Let's retract the engine pods, and we're roughly above it, sort of. Let's just go straight down, and that is pretty much. Ooh, actually, it's let me get closer to the Stargate than what it did before. It got kind of like stuck. It wouldn't let me get actually on the gate itself. Yesterday when I was doing this, can't seem to stop. Right, now this will take a little bit to get lined up. Can we actually get it through the Stargate, or will the entities not allow each other to pass? No, doesn't look like they want to cooperate. The puddle jumper's having a hissy fit. I don't know, maybe if we raise up a little bit, perhaps? Alright, let's go back up. Oh, and we've been tipped out. No, I don't think we're getting through there. It would have been nice, I would have dialed up Earth and seen if we could maybe squeeze it through. Tell you what, just for the lap, how do we get out of this again? Oh. Right, so... I wonder what happened. I'm going to dial Earth and see if... see what happens. Right, what's Earth's address? No, I think it's this one here at the top, the U1. And then that one there. The Y-shaped one. We have that one there. Yeah, I think it's this one here with the shovel type one. The heart monitor one. And I think this is the point of origin. Nope, we can't get it through the gate. As much as I'm trying here, it will not go through that gate. Alright, let's hop out of there. And, oh, now we are trapped. Right, what was it to get into it? Then we'll hop out of it. And we'll just leave that park there. It's fine, you know, I've seen worse parking. Oh, and we didn't die that time going backwards through the gate. That's an improvement. And that is us home. We are now back to the SGC, exactly the way we left it, with all the doors and windows open. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a nice little demo there. It ran incredibly long because it's just like a walking simulator, this one. I really hope that we're going to be doing some getting some more updates in the future. I will try my best to keep track of this one, and we will come back and explore the updates. I may also do the previous version as well, where you could close the iris and maybe have a little walk around there, because I believe there's some other worlds in that one, but it's been that long I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe. You can check out our other videos. We're almost on 40 episodes of our Minecraft Survival series, so check that out. The links will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.